Hi everybody, my name is Jim Keys, and today I am going to teach you guys how to play my arrangement of Jingle Bell Rock. Some of you wrote in and said you're using jazz chords, and I'm using the chords for the most part that are written in the song. And the way the verse works, we're going to work on the chords first. We'll do the groovy introduction later on. The way this verse works, it all happens over a C chord, basically. You have your C chord, and there is this melody line that happens inside the chord. It starts out like this. And as that line moves through the chord, it changes the chord. We start with a C major chord, then we go to a C major 7 chord, then a C6 chord, and then a C chord. And I'm going to show you how to play these. For the C chord, I'm going to bar the first 5 strings on the 3rd fret, and then I'm going to take my ring finger and I'm going to bar strings 2, 3, and 4 on the 5th fret, and that gives me a 2-fingered C chord. And then we're going to play C major 7. We learned this chord in the last lesson of Let It Snow, and we're going to learn it again right now. Pinky on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, middle finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, ring finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, and index finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And that's your C major 7. So we've got C, C major 7. The next chord is C6, and here's how we're going to get there. I want you to finger an A minor shape, okay? Open A minor, and put your C, which is the 3rd fret of the 5th string, on top of that. There you go. And this is also a movable shape as long as you're not playing the outside strings. And then to get your C chord, you'll just remove your ring finger. So all together you have this. Nice, huh? Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. And then we come all the way up here to the 12th fret and play a little D shape. Huh? Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. That's it. The next chord starts off again with that C shape that we just learned, the 2-finger bar. 2 beats of that. And then we're going to play C sharp diminished 7. Now we learned diminished 7 shapes in Let It Snow, but we learned them with the root on the 6th string. Now we're going to learn it with the root on the 5th string. And it's pretty simple. What I want you to do is finger a C7 chord, which I'm going to show you how to get into. Your pinky, you're going to bar the first 5 strings again on the 3rd fret. Your pinky will be on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and your ring finger will be on the 5th fret of the 4th string. At this point, I want you to take your middle finger and place it on the 4th fret of the 5th string, and that gives you this. It's a nice sounding chord. It's a good voicing for this. Right? Jingle bells chime in. And that's how that works. Next, we're going to play a chord called D minor 9. Now, what we're going to start to cover in this song is what's called chord substitutions. The sheet music for Jingle Bell Rock calls for D minor 7 to G. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. And it works, but it's boring. So I try to avoid being bored. So I'm going to play a D minor 9, and the way I'm going to get there is I'm going to put my pinky on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, my ring finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, my index finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and then my middle finger over on the 5th fret of the 5th string, and that gives me D minor 9. Again, it's a movable shape. And instead of the G7 that we're supposed to go to, I'm going to go to D flat 7 sharp 9. What's my motto? Don't be intimidated by the big names, because all we're going to do to get there is take your middle finger and your ring finger and slide them down 1 fret. Everything else stays the same. And that is D flat 7 sharp 9. So we're going to go D minor 9, D flat 7 sharp 9. Alright? Then we're going to play another D minor 7 shape. And this is one of my favorites, by the way. It's like a secret shape. I love this shape. Pinky on the 3rd fret, index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. This is kind of a sneaky little shape because the root is actually on the top. That rarely happens. So we're going to play that shape for the next minor 7. Then we're going to play G7 sharp 5. We learned this also in Let It Snow. And that is pinky on the 2nd string, 4th fret, ring finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret, middle finger on the 4th string, 3rd fret, and then index on the 6th string. But Jim, you say, you just threw a whole bunch of shapes at me and I have no idea what to do with them all. So let me put it into context. Are you ready? Snow, I'm going to play from the beginning so I know where I am. Jingle bells, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Snowing and blowing. Now we're going to go back to that D minor 9, of bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Does that make sense? Did I go too fast? Want me to go through that again? I will, just for you. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. So that's D minor 9, D flat 7 sharp 9, D minor 7, G7 sharp 5. That's that whole cycle. And then the verse starts over again. Jingle bells, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing. I don't remember the words to this. Will swing, snowing and blowing in Jingle Bell Square, in the frosty air. And that brings us to a blues kind of C here. Right. The bridge is going to go to an F. That kind of blues where you're playing a 5 chord, 1st finger on the 1st fret, ring finger on the 3rd fret, and you're going to reach out to the 5th fret with your pinky. What a bright time it's the, and we're going to raise the root 1 fret, right time. Back to the C, to rock the night away. Then we're going to go to A minor 7, which is one of my favorite minor shapes. I'm not sure if we covered this. We might have covered this in the introduction to Let It Snow. I'm going to bar the first strings 2, 3, and 4 with my middle finger on the 5th fret, and I'm going to use my middle finger to grab the root on the 6th string of the 5th fret, and that's A minor 7. Jingle bell time is a swell time. D7 flat 9. We covered this in Let It Snow, and you get there by barring strings 2, 3, and 4 on the 4th fret with your index finger. Ring finger goes on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and the root is on the 5th fret of the 5th string. So you get that. Jingle bell time is a swell time, and then I'm just going to hit a big old G chord to go gliding in a 1-horse sleigh. And then we're back to the verse. I sure hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'm going to give you some more on how to play the introduction. Have a wonderful holiday. Thanks so much.